Hello everybody, it is Dave Plays. I just wanted to make a video about some of the new stuff I've been mining. So in this one we're actually going to be talking about mining Tari. So Tari is very interesting to say the least. It is merge mineable with Monero, so that's a super big plus. But then it's also going to be split 50-50-50-50 between CPUs and GPUs. And on the GPU side, the SHA-3X is also compatible with ASICs. So once some of those get online, if it really takes traction, there will be some ASICs involved too. But I just kind of wanted to let you know how my earnings have been, how the mining part of it has really been, just so everyone can kind of grasp about how I feel about it and just some more info about it. There's not a lot done. I know Rabbit did a few videos, but besides that, there's not a whole bunch of information. So I'm hoping I can clear that up for some of you guys today. So first, let's talk about the Tari Universe. This is one of the best looking miners I've ever used, and it seems to mine well. So like you can choose custom modes, eco, ludicrous, custom, and you can choose how many cores, how much of your GPU power. So I have like a P104 and a 1080 I'm using in this rig. On the GPU side, I get about 400 hash total, which in my opinion, I don't think that's bad at all. You're thinking about like a 2060 is doing 260. A lot of the older cards are barely doing 80. Like the 478 gigs, I have some on the pool right now, they're only doing 80. The CMP 50HX is doing 500. It is actually my best Tari mining card, but I have a few we can go through. I just wanted to kind of touch base on how the app is going. So when I started with the app before I went to luckypool, I actually did hit a few blocks down here. So when I hit on this computer, it was 997. This one right here, this block, I don't know if a lot of people dropped down, or I also had a really crappy laptop on too, so it might be them combined, but the laptop only added like 100 hash on the CPU and like 100 hash on the GPU, so it wasn't that great. But if you see that, I only have little blocks after that I was hit, and I am pool mining too, so it's not like I'm solo mining. But after that, I had Tari Universe up for a while. I don't have the exact documented days, but I didn't get a lot of rewards through the Tari Universe. And you can see right here that right here, right here, I have it enabled, and I am pool mining. I have connections, and there's other people on the network. But in general, the pool mining portion is not great. At least for when I was testing with it. A lot of these payments are actually from luckypool, and we can get into these. My payments normally, they're around 40 XTM, but when things went offline, like this day I got 68. And then just recently one of my rigs went offline. One of my big 1.1 gigahash rigs went offline. I have to go restart. But yeah, so the payments aren't looking too bad, and the actual app is great. So you just press start mining, and then it does both of these, and it gives you an estimate. But for me, the estimate per day has been extremely off. I don't normally get that much in the Tari Universe. The Tari Universe is very, I don't know, it's very new, of course, right? This whole thing is brand new. But there was also gems, so I have 5,000 here, I have 0 here. But supposedly something's going to be done with those soon, but those are part of our airdrop rewards. But that's the big Tari Universe portion. So now let's go to the next portion and actually talk about luckypool. So here is luckypool, and I can actually pull up my wallet address, and you can actually see like some of my things are down. But yeah, for a while I had, you can see the 24-hour before my rig went down, 3.35 gigahash, right? And I was getting several good payments per day, and we can actually see my payments. Let me see. Oh, they might not have it in yet. Well, it's also new. I guess they don't have it in. But this last 24-hour paid, it was like a couple hundred XTM per day. It was like over 200 XTM per day, and it seemed to be doing pretty good. but there's no real like, for example, there's no real exchange, right? Let me see, this is, quote, the old pool. They're doing the new, yeah, here we go. So you can actually see every day how much I'm getting paid out, and my stats kind of depend on everything, but I mean, you can see right here my last 24 hours was almost 300. But I guess the new Lucky Pool, they changed to the new Tari thing, because they're now going to have a 50-50 split for GPU. So it's SHA-3X and another one coming. So that's super cool. But yeah, so rewards unlock 24 hours after each block's mined. So here I still have 80 locked up. But that's not bad at all. And you can see, like, I've had pretty good consistent payouts. Yeah, so I don't know, they're just pretty impressive. I have between 200 and 300 per day. And this is just on the GPU side, right? So I have like almost 3 giga hash, and then I have a 10 threshold. But it doesn't take too much. You can actually do this on 4 gig cards too, and it's cool because you can also get Monero on the CPU side. So let's talk more about the CPUs. So this is Hash Vault. Now they were mining the Tari blocks. You can see these are the Tari blocks, and they're actually having a lot of issues, and you can actually see it over here. But it was actually making the wrong forks for Monero blocks. But you can actually see they are still holding the Tari rewards. They don't have a way to see it. And then we'll check out another CPU pool. But just so far, I mean, I'm at 69 cents here. I'm at almost $4 here, and I've only had it on for maybe a week or so. So it hasn't been really too much. Then support XMR, they have Tari merge mining payouts, and you can actually do everything. But the issue with it is there's not a display of the balances yet. So everyone's getting paid out in Tari, but there's no balance back to actually to see what you're mining, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting coin, and the CPU side I definitely think is very troublesome. I mean, I've mined a lot of Monero for a while, and there's no way to see how much Tari, and Hash Vault has not had any luck getting with the team to actually fix these issues. So I don't know, it's very interesting. But this is the current farm. So this one, before it went down, I was at 1.1 gigahash. These ones are about 200 each, and this one was over 500. So the CMP50X is definitely a really high hitter for Tari. But if you look over here, I do have other rigs as well that's doing just as well. So this is my 4 gig rig, and it has not really liked mining on this one, but I think it's more of a driver issue. But if you don't look at that one, all these other rigs have been really easy to set up, and they even work on the BC250. So we'll do one of my overclocked ones right here. So I'm getting 183 mega hash on SHA-3X, and I'm getting 2 kilohash on the CPU side, which I think is absolutely great. I mean, it's getting a really good hash. I mean, these things, you can see right here, this is pretty much the power. It's AMD, so, you know, add an extra 20 watts, but that's not bad at all for almost 200 mega hash. It's the same as my BC160. But yeah, so I don't know, it's interesting. I have the 2060 right here. It's doing 267. The 2060 do great as well. A lot of the NVIDIA stuff, it really favors for sure, which is definitely interesting. It uses SRB miner, so a few of my GPUs, like these 340s right here, do not play along with SRB miner at all. And then I actually had the same issue with the 1650 as well. So it's definitely interesting, and I don't think I'll mine it for too much longer. I think I'm going to switch my GPUs back to something else. I mean, I have over 1,000, and I think 1,000's a good bag for me currently. But it's definitely a really cool coin, and if it really takes off with XMR mining, between all my CPUs, I've been doing really, I mean, 80 cents. And that's not bad because XMR is just such a stable coin. And it doesn't matter if a lot of hash rate hits it, the price is always really stable. So it's really cool that it's implemented with Monero. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm super stoked. I have more locked balance here. And there's not any price associated with it. We have this exchange. Let me pull it up. Exchange. And they're the only ones that's actually listed Tari to my knowledge. And they've had their 24-hour low and high, so it's definitely been going about. I mean, it was 21 cents right here. I mean, let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, so I mean, it has highs and lows, but this isn't an official exchange in my opinion. So I was actually looking at some of the conversations. They have zero liquidity when they started this. So the price that they're getting and everything, I would kind of take it with a grain of salt. This exchange also has a really bad reviews on almost any coin that comes across it. I think they were just kind of jumping the gun because, Tari has its whole big leap because an ex-Monero guy came to make Tari. So because of that, it's a heavy hitter in the crypto world because it's really interesting because of like the user base, how it's being used, how it's being split, and the devs of Tari. But yeah, so I mean, that is just kind of my thoughts. I think the big takeaways: don't use Tari Universe. I use it as my wallet. It's a great wallet. I know some people, when you update versions, they actually have lost balance. So that's been an issue. But besides that, and no mining rewards with the Tari Universe, it being supported on Linux, Windows, and macOS is extremely powerful. And I think I agree with what someone else said. This is the Apple of mining. I mean, the one-click start mining, send and receive being super easy. And they do have, when you go here, they have a Monero address here. So, not only do you have Tari, you can also do everything with Monero here. Now, I mean, I don't see where to see your Monero, but at least it's there, right? And it's super, super new. So as we get more hash rate online, especially on the CPU side with these bigger pools like Monero Ocean, they're already integrated with Tari, but they're saving their Tari so they can actually dump it on an exchange, which is a little scary. But as you can see, I don't believe the pool's dumping it to this exchange here, so I would definitely wait 100% before you sell on this exchange. I know Rabbids used it a few times and he says it's okay, but I gotta look at the reviews and the liquidity, and that's kind of how I see it. But they do have about 5K volume, so at least things are being moved. But yeah, so if you have any comments, feel free to comment on any of my videos. I've been mining it for a while. I had 3 gigahash, and it's a pretty cool coin. I'm interested to see how it goes. I just want to make this video because not a lot of people have really seen some really good info on Tari yet. But yeah, so peace out.